bahay na natitiklop. Yan ang sagot ng Butterfly.ph sa pangangailangan ng mga kababayan nating nasalanta ng bagyong Yolanda. Ang Butterfly Homes ay brainchild ng mga Pilipinong sina Rogelio Santos Jr. at Architect Royal Pineda.
The Butterfly House actually came from a little bit of frustration and some experience and understanding the responses that have been here in the past for housing, especially when it came to floods, to earthquakes, to especially Yolanda. One of the things that I realized was there are a lot of NGOs and a lot of organizations responding to housing in the Philippines. But one of the challenges was we are faced with an unprecedented scenario. We're talking about 4 million homeless. And to impact out of the 1.1 million homes, just 100,000 houses, we're talking about a scenario where they've never actually faced having to build that many homes this fast. And so we've seen scenarios like in Pablo or in the Bohol earthquake where up to today, we're still responding, just trying to find a solution for housing. But one of the challenges that I noticed was our initial response was to build bunkhouses or to try to build local villages in the area, throw materials at the problem. Those are reactive to the scenario, but at the same time, they're very slow to respond, in my opinion, right? So we came up with an idea. I had an idea around December to come up with a housing solution where how do we solve the problem of producing as many houses as fast as possible, but at the same time, a scenario where we can respond right away to any disaster. So we came up with a folding steel house.
The value of this Butterfly House is that it is an instant quality house during a disaster. This is not something that you will receive that just because it's disaster time, you compromise a quality.
Really what it's about is it's a folding house that allows us to have a response-ready scenario where we can have houses on inventory for any response and where you don't have to actually build a brand new temporary site in response to every disaster in the future. You have a scenario where we could adapt our approach and say, oh, another disaster happens in a location that was unexpected, deploy units there instantaneously.
Butterfly House, try to remember it now, because it's gonna be like the plane. You can imagine the old plane when the Wright brothers created it. This will evolve.